penis, all of it. Boys are born perfect too. Baby boys are not born defective. You're not born with any extra parts. You have all the parts that you're born with that you're supposed to have your whole life. And if you want to have a penis reduction surgery, that's your own choice. Mothers cannot make this choice for their children. Gotta break the cycle of genital mutilation in the United States. Say no when these doctors try to convince you to cut your baby penis. Babies are born perfect. You deserve to keep your whole penis, all of it. Moms don't have a right to give their sons penis reduction surgery. That's whack.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have met Catherine Franklin on our last tour 20 months ago, almost 2 years. Catherine, since we've been on the front lines, how's it feel to be back out here?
Feels great. Feels really great.
And go ahead.
Lots of people. This is a really great location.
And you are a mom. You have 2 children.
Yes.
You have an intact son.
Yes, and he thanked us for not doing that to him.
And you've come all the way from Oregon.
Yes, Medford, Oregon, to be here.
Why does it matter this much to you, Catherine? You're a volunteer, as you know, as we all know.
Because this is just a travesty in our lifetime. This is a barbaric, like knock against human rights. Like, why don't males in the United States have their human rights in 2021? I mean, it's ridiculous that we have to protest this. This should be common sense. But unfortunately it's not, and so we have to spread the word.
And what kind of response and reaction do you see today here, the good friends and neighbors and citizens of
It was a little
Philadelphia?
Negative at first, but it's gotten better as we went on. There's a lot of students, and they seem to be more receptive to the information, for sure. Older people are a little more fixed in their ways, so hopefully we're reaching some of these students at least, who are going to have babies and be parents someday.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're really proud and pleased that Catherine Franklin has come all the way from Oregon to join Bliss Inman Road Crew. She will be with us for the next 15 days. I'll bring you a live broadcast every day from the Pennsylvania Circumcision Crisis Protest. Day 1 in Philadelphia, and I'd call it a success so far, Catherine Franklin.
Definitely. Thank you, Brother Kay.
Thank you, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And we might listen in if we see you talking to someone here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, they cut off a lot of the baby penis. It's awful. It actually cuts off about 20,000.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brother Kay live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, day 1 of the Circumcision Crisis Protest. It's been a remarkable day here so far. We have talked to hundreds of students and citizens of Philadelphia. We've given out hundreds of info cards. There's been a few strong reactions against opposing us. There have been a lot of positive reactions. The positive reactions are really inspire and motivate us. And I know that a number of people have taken pictures and told us that they posted them on Facebook and Instagram. I'm told that if you look on someone shared something to Bloodstained Men on Instagram, so I haven't seen that yet. But so hopefully you who know how to search for social media posts will be finding those posts. But it feels really good to be out here again, ladies and gentlemen. After 20 long months of inactivity, Bloodstained Men, we had been doing 60 protests a year. We've been with the travel situation as critical as it was for a while. It was just hard to plan anything. But here we are, and we are going to be here, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2 weeks. This is a 15-day tour. We have a road crew of 6. We're still expecting Pete K has flown up from Miami, and he's going to be coming out here joining us. I believe his plane landed about an hour or so ago, and he's trying to make his way to the front lines here with his suitcase, is the last report I got. Pete, if you're seeing this, we know you're on your way. But ladies and gentlemen, the work that you are doing on social media is critical. We know that we are reaching hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people and ultimately millions of people on social media with this message that circumcision is cruel and barbaric, a violation of every fundamental human right belief we all were taught. We were taught that we are a free people. And how is that freedom? To take away the best part of a man's penis when he's born, take away that choice from him. There's no rational defense for circumcision, ladies and gentlemen, and I will go nose to nose with any of these circumcision supporters. They won't debate us. They're afraid to debate us, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to take you around, and there's a honk of support. I'm going to take you around and show you what's been happening here on the front lines. There's a honk of support there.
To be covered.
Here's Danny Alexander. Danny, we are live on Facebook with me. Let's go over here where I can stand up there on this island over here with you. So, Danny, you've got this interesting voice amplifier that you're using.
It's awesome. I actually saw it on like a street preacher in San Francisco a few years ago, and I went, "Oh my God, what is that sound system? I need it."
Show the
Oh, the she-do. And so I'm just hooked up. It's like a Britney Spears headset is what I call it.
Intact genitals are a human right.
And here's a man. Would you like an information card, sir?
You were born perfect, and you deserve to keep your whole penis. How about your kids? Your kids are born perfect. Your kids are born perfect. Thank you.
There's a thumbs up. Thank you. I don't know if you saw that, ladies and gentlemen, but you saw live here on Facebook. We saw the dad. The dad was incredulous, but one of the children in the back seat gave us a thumbs up. That's
when you say babies are born perfect.
This is a generational issue too, isn't it, Danny?
Yes, definitely. That's why it's really fun and important that we get to be on the street level near these college campuses, because there's just so much foot traffic with all these open minds and future parents. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity. People have been really great out here. It's been a great first day. It's like we're so excited. I just want to yell and yell and yell, but I should probably like take it easy and pace myself. I'm just so happy.
And you actually were a cheerleader in college at the University of Houston.
I was a cheerleader at University of Houston.
So putting those talents to work here, Danny Alexander. So this is day 1 of 15.
Yes.
Danny, you are a mom. What inspires you to come out here? And I mean, you have to leave your son with his grandmother and do this work.
Yeah, it just
your family clearly supports you.
Yes, definitely. It should be illegal what they're doing. That's it. It should be illegal. It shouldn't be allowed to happen to anybody. So like, I have a son, and just the thought of it's unthinkable. It's totally unthinkable.
The thought of someone doing that to your son.
But I came to that realization after I was like educated about activism, because we in America are not exposed to the functions of the foreskin. And
Sarah Zymet, nice to see you. Emily is watching. Hi, Emily. Sarah in Wisconsin. Sarah Zymet doing a lot of powerful work on social media. Deborah Stewart, thank you for all your support for Blessed Amen, Deborah Stewart. Danny, so this is day 1 of 15. You're ready to go, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm super ready to go. This has been great. We've been waiting for like a year, to get back on the tour. So we all came so prepared and just like ready to hit the ground running.
Sarah says, you guys rock. Stay safe out there. Love you guys. Thank you, Sarah. And Sarah, we're going to come to Wisconsin someday. There's Pamela Moore Garber. Hi, Pamela. Thank you, Sarah. About to cry for real. Yeah, it really does. It's wonderful to see. This is idealistic work that we're doing. And it really does bring tears of gratitude to me too. Thank you, Danny Alexander. We'll talk to you perhaps later today, depending on what happens out here on the front lines, but definitely again tomorrow. I
also wanted to mention that the weather is perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Literally perfect, and the cops have been really great too.
Did you talk to any? I saw two cops out here.
I just saw like a few, just make a few like passing questions, and that was it. But I see them walk by and then they leave, and they've gone by in the cop cars. But I've definitely waved, and they've been cool. So, you know, in other cities, like they can be hostile. I don't know, and try to bounce you off the curb, but they're good here.
Thank you, Danny Alexander. We will talk to you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to give you as much of a view of what's going on out here as I can. You can see it's a really, really, there's Melissa Fernandez, formerly, I believe, Melissa of Texas, protested with us a number of times. Melissa, you're now in Florida. Thank you for watching. So you can see the traffic out here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it's amazing because we've got all these thousands of cars passing this intersection an hour, but we also have hundreds of pedestrians an hour. You can see this is the heart of Temple University. It's an urban university. There's the big welcoming banner over Broad Street here. We are at the corner of Cecil Moore Avenue and Broad Street. Temple University, ladies and gentlemen, we are surrounded by bookstores and classrooms and office buildings. It's just a great location for a circumcision protest.
Perfect, just like baby girls. Baby boys are not born defective.
Tia Blackstone is watching. Thank you, Jake Indigo. Hello, Jake. Jake has been here on the front lines with us. And Jake, I know you'd be here if you could. So we're going to cross over this way, ladies and gentlemen, and see what's going on with our activist friends over here. This is Ben Gaddis, ladies and gentlemen, and Ben, thank you for coming out. This is your first day with Bloodstained Men, and you're going to be with us for most of this tour, quite a few. And Ben, why don't you tell our viewers, we're live on Facebook, tell our viewers about yourself and why you're here.
All right, hello viewers. My name's Ben, and I'm actually writing my dissertation. I'm going to be a clinical psychologist, and I'm writing my dissertation about activism. I'm out here with the Bloodstained Men for a couple of weeks, trying to get the real experience.
Ben, don't lose your thought. Let me back off and let our viewers see your full outfit there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a PhD candidate here, and we're very proud and honored that Ben is including Bloodstained Men in his dissertation research. And it doesn't get any more real than this, Ben.
Sure doesn't. Yeah, it's been quite an honor so far, just on my first day today, to get to see what it's really like out here and have conversations with people and see all the wide range of reactions that people have, and just learning so much from the Bloodstained Men that have been out here for years doing this. You know how to do it. It's tough work. So
let's turn this way.
Okay.
You know, you can turn toward me here. I'm just.
Sure.
I want to be aware of
lighting, right?
Getting the action in the background here, because look what's going on behind you now. I mean, it's been a remarkable, Ben.
Yeah.
Even for us who have done many tours, this is a remarkable location.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the dozens of students. Here's a woman with you saw her taking a picture. They've taken a lot of pictures, Ben.
Yes. Yeah, they have lots of selfies, lots of all kinds of photos.
So you're doing your dissertation on activism. That is amazing.
That's correct.
Do you want to tell us how that idea came to you?
Yeah, I won't get into too much of how I arrived at it, but since I arrived at it, you and I, Brother K, were talking earlier about how it's the debate, the fight against circumcision is one of the most fascinating things I've ever encountered in terms of how much it brings together of so many different parts of culture, and everything is here, it seems, and there's I have so much to learn, so I'm just absolutely I'm thrilled to be here. I should come up with a better elevator pitch.
Well, that's a very eloquent and moving statement, Ben. That all of us in this movement who've been in it a while know that the ramifications for the larger ramifications for society and for how the tendrils of this horror run through so many aspects of our daily lives, just hiding in plain sight, Ben. And you have done a lot of graduate work in trauma, as I recall.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and I think one of the things that is so visceral about this experience of being out here on the street is having wearing your trauma, saying
wearing your trauma. I love that. Yeah. Wearing your trauma, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Just what is it? What kind of reactions do people have? And where does that come from in them? Where does that come from in those of us out here with the signs? And I think it's it's pretty fascinating. I'm feeling a little camera shy.
Well, that's a great phrase.
Yeah.
Wearing your trauma. Mm-hmm. I've said it in other ways and eloquent ways too, I think. But wearing your trauma really is a great way to sum it up.
Yeah.
Wearing your trauma.
Yeah.
Ben, you will be with us for many of these protests. I don't know your exact schedule, and I know you have
Most
other
of it.
responsibilities,
Yeah.
but you will be with us tomorrow in Allentown.
That's correct. I will.
Great. Well, we will
Looking
talk to you
forward to it.
again tomorrow in Allentown. And
Okay.
Ben, thank you for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are very honored that Ben Gaddis from a university is doing his dissertation on activism, and you can see clearly studying bloodstained men and what's happening here on the street with bloodstained men and our protest tours.
Yeah. Thanks, Brother K.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, people have been taking pictures all day, as you know, and these pictures are all going on social media. So he got the picture, now he's running back to join the rest of his friends. And here's another, you can see the cameras out, ladies and gentlemen. They're just, people are taking, look at all the cameras, ladies and gentlemen. You can see just, hi, can I give you one of our cards? You can see, ladies and gentlemen, the students. How you doing, sir? You can see, ladies and gentlemen, that a remarkable audience for Bloodstained Men's return to action here in Philadelphia. Temple University, day one of the 15-day Pennsylvania Circumcision Crisis Protest Tour. It feels really good to be back here, ladies and gentlemen. Really good after being silenced by the national COVID situation. Inadvertently silenced for 20 months. We are back here proudly carrying the banner of activism. We're going to talk to more activists who are out here today. Let's talk to Luke. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know Cool Hand Luke from previous tours, a veteran of Bloodstained Men protests since I believe 2016. Luke,
Yep.
you've been to dozens and dozens of protests now.
Yeah, and I just want to say thanks everybody for watching. We can't do this without your support, and it's great to be out here. It's been a wonderful day, great weather, constant conversations and contacts with students. I've seen so many people thank us and approach us with curiosity, and I'm having a great time out here.
Luke, you've been working, you've been doing protests in Denver.
Yeah, we've had a few protests.
I saw you at
in
the
Denver.
state capitol last week.
Yep.
Remarkable. And you were telling me, well, tell me what you told me about the state capitol reaction you got.
Well, we had 100% support from all of the other people at the Freedom Rally, and a lot of the cars that were driving by honked and expressed their support that way. So yeah, I think the culture is shifting and it's changing.
Jake Indigo says, thank you all for speaking up for baby boys.
Thanks, Jake.
Luke, you are a veteran of the road crew, as I mentioned earlier. What inspires your long-time continuing commitment to this movement?
Well, the culture isn't going to change itself. It needs people to do something about it.
And here's a woman behind you, coming up behind you, taking a picture of the protesters behind us.
And
Hi, can I give you our card? Let me give you our card.
And we see the effect that we're having out here immediately on people. We see,
It's remarkable, isn't it?
you can
Even as you're talking, there's a man, looks like he's videoing the protest here behind you over your shoulder.
yeah, you can just if you watch their facial expressions, it tells a whole story as they think about it and realize that there's something here that they had never thought about before, but it's really important.
Thank you, Lou Gartanis. We will talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you
All
for
right.
being here. Thank you for for your volunteer work with Bloodstained Men. I'm hoping that we can eavesdrop on some conversations while we're out here, but let's see here. David Atkinson is talking to someone on that far corner. You can see what a busy intersection is here, ladies and gentlemen. Temple University, it's an urban university. We're surrounded by the classroom buildings, restaurants, cafes, bookstores. There's the subway station right there. Danny Alexander on her voice amplification system.
The doctors are charging $500 to circumcise a one-day-old. It's a medical fraud. You deserve to keep your whole body parts. All of your body parts belong to you.
So we'll go over and talk to David Atkinson, who has just concluded talking to a local man, it looked like. We'll find out what was going on there. David Atkinson, let me turn this way so we get the intersection behind you.
Good afternoon.
Well, this is a remarkable day, day one, and it's coming off as you planned, I believe.
Yeah, we're here at Temple University, and it's right on this Broad Street, which is like a big street that goes right through the middle of Philadelphia. And so we have lots of traffic, we have lots of people, we have lots of students, and it's going very well. And so I'm happy to be here.
And we're going to be in Allentown tomorrow, is that correct?
Yeah. And then we go toward the western part of the state, and then at the end of the tour we come back to Philadelphia, and we have a few more locations in Philadelphia a couple of weeks from now.
David, I noticed that you've actually done quite a number of protests in Boston during the COVID times.
Yeah, not as much as I
I'm just
normally
going to
do.
turn so we see the pedestrians. So, but we must be between classes now because there's a lot of students now coming by.
Yeah, I have been protesting on occasion in Boston as well.
So what I want to ask you is this, because you of all people know that all the work that we at Bloodstained Men are doing is all volunteer work. And you created an entirely new. Well, tell us about the new website. I call it new. I know it's been there for about 4 months.
So we launched that in the beginning of. That's what girls will. That's what girls will suck you off. Yeah. So I'll give you an info card. Thank you for your support. Yeah, we launched our new website in the beginning of March, and it's pretty good. And
Tell our viewers how to find
you
it.
can go to bloodstainedmen.com, and yeah.
And you and a colleague, well, tell us about that.
Well, we built a website, so go check out the website if you want. And that's right here, bloodstainedmen.com.
So what I want to ask you is, what motivates you to give of your time freely to this movement and to Bloodstained Men?
Well, I would like to live in a world where children are protected from genital mutilation, and so I'm happy to be spreading the word out here because I know that people will see us, and then they will do some investigation, and they will find out the functions of the foreskin, and they will protect their children, which they might not have done if they hadn't seen us. So,
are you shocked by the level of ignorance on this issue? Or are you not capable of being shocked at this point?
I probably was at first. Now I'm just used to it, right? There's a lot of people in the world who just have no idea anything about the normal human penis, and it's kind of understandable because I didn't know anything about it for 19 years, and it was just entirely by chance that I found a website that taught me some things and made me curious about the fact that part of my penis had been cut off. And so I don't blame anyone for being ignorant. That's not their fault. But it's getting a little bit more difficult to be ignorant now, since we are much more visible than we were. Well, we weren't here 20 years ago, but there were some activists on this issue at that time. But there's more and more activism, and so there's less and less excuse for being ignorant when it comes to the normal male body.
I see a comment here, but my screen is now not bringing up the new comments. I just see a comment that says, yes, thank you, David, but I can't, on my screen, I can't see who's saying it, but thank you for who's saying that. Well, David Atkinson, thank you very much for your work, and we will talk to you again tomorrow, obviously, in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And again, great work on planning this entire 17-city tour, 15 days, 17 cities. I think the crew's up for it, David. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it will be a good tour. So I'm excited to keep spreading the word.
Thank you, David Atkinson.
Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Atkinson, co-director of Bloodstained Men, who plans our tours, and our webmaster, who created the new Bloodstained Men website. If you haven't seen it, check it out at bloodstainedmen.com. I'm going to cross the street here and probably wrap up this live broadcast. You've gotten a good idea of what we're doing, and it's just really feels good to be back out here, ladies and gentlemen, because we know that we are reaching hundreds of thousands of people, if not more, today alone, with all the photographs and the people, the motorists, everything going out on social media. And some of what goes out on social media is posted for friends only, so we don't see or find all the posts that have been made about this protest. But we do know that the word is going around that there are people protesting infant circumcision in the United States, and your support has made this happen. Your Bloodstained Men would not be here without your support.
We are all uncircumcised. Your baby girls deserve to keep their foreskin, and your baby boys do too.
Danny Alexander, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I'm going to go the other corner to wrap it up, but
Thank you.
hearing what you were saying, women are surprised. Many women, if not most, are surprised when they hear that they too have a foreskin.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, that's the great equalizer. Because, the conversation is, well, women don't have a penis. What's their stake in this? But we all do have the same parts in that, the prepuce is in all genders. So it's just like a basic human rights issue. You can't do it to one group and not do, and have another group protected from it.
And there are cultures that circumcise girls. And they circumcise, what they do is they cut off the clitoral hood, which is the equivalent of the male hood, the penile hood, called the foreskin.
Saying that it
in the woman, it's called the clitoral hood.
That it looks better. It's all of the same myth and the body shaming of intact men here, it's like that in other parts of the world too, where like a man would never marry a woman if she wasn't circumcised.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't look good. That's not
That
clean.
shocks people to hear that. That shocks
They
Americans
also
to hear
think
that.
They tell the women, they tell everybody that the circumcision of the woman makes them have more sexual pleasure, that it unlocks their sexual pleasure. And a lot of guys say like, my dick's perfect, it's great, but like if you don't know what you're missing, then you don't know what you're missing.
Thank you, Danny Alexander.
Boys deserve to keep their whole penis, all of it. None of your body belongs in the trash.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. Day 1 in Philadelphia. Day 1 of 15. I will be with you for the next 14 days after today. So there's one down. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Laurie Starnes has just come back. Had to go put some money in the parking meter, Laurie. Thank you for joining us. We're still live here, and that gives us a chance to talk to you.
Awesome.
Let's back off and let our viewers see your outfit. And Laurie, you have actually, we're going to be in Allentown tomorrow. I believe you'll be with us tomorrow.
I will, absolutely.
But you're a longtime supporter of Bloodstained Men. Let's turn this way so I get the intersection behind us. You're a longtime supporter of Bloodstained Men. You actually have hosted us at your home on several of the tours. Why do you feel so strongly about this, Laurie?
I know too much. It slowly came to me over years, but really opened my eyes when I had a son who was forcefully retracted by his doctor, which created minor issues that they tried to use to bully me into cutting him.
Wow.
And that sent me down the rabbit hole, trying to protect my son. Marilyn Milos answered my phone call, and desperate in the middle of the night, not knowing what to do, and she helped me figure out how to fight these doctors that were trying to cut my son.
It's terrible. It's terrible, and I know many moms watching this live broadcast can relate to that, the fear and the reality of forced retraction.
Yeah, and it was so scary because I didn't know.
Why don't you briefly explain? Many of our viewers may know, but there might be other viewers who don't know what that means. Forced retraction.
The foreskin is designed to be fused to the glands generally until puberty. The same with the female, but you wouldn't know that because if a doctor was pulling back a female's foreskin and or prepuce, that would be abuse.
The clitoral hood.
Yes, but it is abuse. It's fused for a reason. Nobody should ever see the glands of a child.
I'm sorry, I cannot see who. They're not giving me I'm only seeing the comment. Hi, Laurie. Good to see you. We'll see this later when I can open this up. Yeah. For some reason, ladies and gentlemen, I can't see who's commenting now, but I can see the comment, and I don't think I'm getting all the comments. Sorry to interrupt you there, Laurie, but so what's forced retraction?
Well, his doctor, my son's father took him to the doctor, and the doctor said...
How old was he?
He was probably almost 3.
Wow.
And then not long after that...
And never had any problems?
Never had any problems.
Of course not.
I was confused because I had never seen a child's penis before. I had only seen adult penises, so I didn't understand why it didn't retract, but it didn't seem right to me to do anything about it. He peed, it was normal. My son's father took him to the doctor, and the doctor retracted him. I only heard about it. He said Leland screamed, and not long after that, the foreskin tightened up on him, and it hurt him to pee, and then,
That's scarring.
Yeah, but he's fine today,
And some of those men grow up and they remember that painful forced retraction and the scarring that occurred, and sometimes that scarring is permanent.
He still has some trauma about it because, not that he remembers, I don't know, I have the trauma because I'm the one that had to fight the doctors, and they were like,
but it's a national disgrace what these doctors are doing.
It is, because they rattle you. They rattle you with fear over something that's perfectly normal. It sent me way down the rabbit hole, and I just cannot stop talking about it ever since. It's just, I can't know what I know and shut up about it. I can't do it. Not with a clear conscience. And here's my beautiful boy. Do you want to come in? Huh? Into the live.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have watched, can I use your name? Can I use ladies and gentlemen, this is Laurie's handsome son, now 6 feet tall, I believe. We have watched him grow up. Leland has been protesting with us for about 7 or 8 years. We're watching him grow up.
Do you want me to hold it? You guys can talk?
Yeah, so we've watched Leland grow up. He's protested with us in Philadelphia, and I know there's a viral photograph that Laurie did of Leland.
I'm not sure who
Mom and
did,
son
but it
together
was
there.
definitely a meme that I still see to this day.
And
I'm
let's
so proud
get your
of it.
T-shirt there, intact genitals. I mean, there's no arguing with that. That's just a fact. Intact genitals are a human right. Bay Area activists, legendary T-shirt. Thank you, Leland. And Laurie, thank you both.
Thank
Mom
you,
and
Brother
son
Kay.
coming out here, and you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Leland is a handsome young man of 15, almost 16, as he told me,
16.
and intact. And thanks to Mom.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it was hard. They tried. They shamed us in the hospital, like we were crazy for not wanting to do this. I was like, what's wrong with my son? And she said nothing. And I'm like, well, why are you suggesting this? And, you know, it was really weird.
Oh, so what you mean when they tried
When he was
they wanted to
born.
circumcise him when he was born?
Yeah, when he was born, and nobody talked about it up until then. I just knew I didn't want to do it because it didn't seem right to me. I didn't know why. I just said, that's weird. I don't want to do it.
It is weird.
I had a couple European boyfriends before that time, but I still didn't understand. I didn't grasp the magnitude of it. I just wasn't weirded out by their normalness. And I didn't think it was right to do it to my kid. So they sent me down the rabbit hole because they went after my son.
Wow.
They went after him. And, you know, that's not going to happen. You go
It's
after
like
my
there's
kid.
some of these guys, they hate to see a boy escape a circumciser's knife.
Well, if anyone goes after my kid, they're going to regret it.
Thank you, Laurie. We will talk to you again tomorrow in Allentown.
Yes, you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my report here from Philadelphia, Temple University here. Day one of the 15-day circumcision crisis protest. I'll be back with you tomorrow from Allentown, and we'll be visiting more with the road crew and any of the local families that come out to join us. And you're all welcome to join us in Allentown, Pennsylvania tomorrow. You can see that event on our website at bloodstainedmen.com, and there's an events tab. You'll find it. All of you are cordially invited to join us. And also, please support these protests with a donation to my birthday. My birthday fundraiser is our main fundraiser going right now. You'll see that on the fundraiser tab on Bloodstained Men and Their Friends on Facebook. And please donate what you can afford. $5 makes a difference, ladies and gentlemen. And when you donate $5, it actually goes into your news feed that you've donated, and your friends will see that, and that it does inspire other people to donate. So please, your donation in any amount you can afford helps us. That's how we're able to do these protests, ladies and gentlemen. We have fixed travel expenses, and with your kind donations, we're able to do this. We're going to be planning a powerful 2022, a year of protest next year, and with your help, we will make that happen. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, here in Philadelphia at Temple University. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us, and spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell the American people that circumcision is cruel, harmful, unjust, and violates every fundamental concept of human freedom that we have and that we hold dear. And how dare these American doctors do that?
in a couple months.